Hola y bienvenidos a Lección 3, los verbos regulares AR. You will see that this final lesson in our course module is very similar to lesson 1 and 2, which you have now completed. This video will go through all of the requirements that are necessary for you to receive credit for lesson 3. We will begin by going through the checklist items. Again, very similar to lesson 1 and 2, I ask that you read through the student learning objectives. Once this is complete, please stop and think about the daily warm-up prompt. This daily warm-up is a little bit different than the previous two, so it's important that you take the time to read through the instructions carefully. Next, complete the Pa que esperas, or the daily warm-up, in your online Google journals. Once again, stop and think about the background knowledge questions. You should be used to this part by now. Read through the questions carefully, begin to think about how you would like to answer these, and then go ahead and answer these questions in your online Google journals. Next, we will be moving on to the Learn section of our lesson. You must fill out the guided notes worksheet in your online Google journal based on the screencast that you must watch about AR verbs. You will see that the worksheet is already in your online Google journal as it has been before, and the screencast is right below the section about the guided notes. The above checklist items are due by Friday, October 23rd. Now we're moving on to the play section of our lesson. First, you must watch the supplemental YouTube video, Spanish lesson, present tense, AR verbs, all forms. And in your online Google journals, please write the 7 sentences you must translate into English and the 10 sentences you must translate into Spanish. You will see in this video the presenter goes through a lot of different examples in that he asks you to translate sentences into English as well as into Spanish. Rather than just doing so in your own minds, I ask that you translate these sentences in your online Google journals. You can watch the video as many times as need be. Next, watch the YouTube video, Present Tense AR Verbs Made Easy with a Song in Spanish, to review conjugating AR verbs. This video is set to the tune of Bingo, so it should be pretty familiar. This is a great way to practice and to remember how to conjugate AR verbs. Our Engage section. You must complete the AR verb practice worksheet in your online Google journals. Make sure you have your Avancemos textbook available for this worksheet. It will help you greatly in this section, so it's important that you always have your resources with you. Next, I ask that you print the AR verb exercises worksheet and complete this before our next in-class meeting. Post your 2 sentences in the comments section at the bottom of the page as a final Engage activity. So as a review, you must complete an AR verb practice worksheet in your online Google journal. You must print the AR verb exercises worksheet, complete this worksheet, and bring it to class for our next face-to-face meeting. And then, like the first 2 lessons, post your 2 sentences in the comment section at the bottom of the page. Lastly, and this is new, we have a design section. This is the last lesson in the course module, as I mentioned before. Therefore, this is your summative assessment in that you will be writing an entry in your online About Me journal. This lets me really see how much you have learned throughout these 3 lessons about subject pronouns and AR verbs. Some people consider summative assessments to be simply tests. Instead, I'm replacing this with your About Me journal, which is an online portfolio for you to keep. You will also have a quiz similar to this writing prompt in your About Me journal the next time we meet in class. So it's important that you study your verb conjugations for AR verbs and you understand and know how to write and place subject pronouns with the appropriate verbs. The play, engage, and design checklist items are due by Friday, October 30th. Once again, I've provided a download checklist as PDF button in case you would like to keep this checklist item in a hard copy form. Again, here are the student learning objectives. I simply ask that you read through these. We have built upon them throughout the course module. Next, I ask that you read through the daily warm-up first and begin to think about how you would answer and complete this daily warm-up section before actually completing these and writing them in your online Google journals. Next, you have your background knowledge questions. Again, read through each individual question very carefully. Think about your answers, and once you feel confident, write your answers in your online Google journal. Now we're into the main chunk of the lesson. For this lesson, please complete the following steps. We have our Learn section, and again, I first ask that you fill out your guided notes in your online journal. I've also included a link for you to download these guided notes as a hard copy if you would like, but you must write your answers in your online Google journal so that I can see the work that you have completed. This screencast down below will help you fill out those guided notes. It goes through the guided notes in order. You can play the screencast as many times as you would like. I've also included the PowerPoint that I used in the screencast so that you can go through the PowerPoint as many times as you need to in case the screencast moves too quickly for you or you just need to see it written out and not have the audio playing. Now we're moving on to the play section. First, please watch this YouTube video about present tense AR verbs in all forms. Again, the presenter goes through many examples in which he asks his audience to translate sentences into English as well as Spanish. I would like you to translate these sentences in your online Google journals. This will be a grade, so please don't forget to translate these sentences and make sure that they are kept in your online journals. Next is a supplemental song, which is a good review of AR verbs and their conjugations. It is set to the tune of Bingo. Of course, you don't have to sing it, but this is just a great way to help you memorize and remember how to conjugate AR verbs. Now our engage section. First, you will need access to your class textbook because there is a worksheet in your online Google journals that you must complete. I will be checking this, and it must be finished before we meet next. I've also included a hard copy of this worksheet if you would like to download and keep it as a hard copy for yourself. Next, you will need to print off the worksheet AR verb exercises and have this completed before our next in-class meeting. So this part is not done online, but you must click this link, AR verb exercises, download the worksheet and print it off so that you can fill it out and bring it in for our next class. Once again, you must post in the comments. We're combining all three elements of the course module, subject pronouns, verbs, specifically AR verbs. So write your 2 sentences in the comments section below and also write your 2 sentences in your online journal as a backup. Lastly, we have our design component. Again, this is your summative assessment. So instead of taking a test, I am having you write an entry in your online About Me journal. This is an ongoing portfolio that you will complete throughout the year, as you know, and I'm asking you to complete entry number 1 for this assessment. You will also have a quiz the next time we meet face to face, which will be very similar to the online prompt in your About Me journal. Therefore, remember to review your subject pronouns, your AR verb conjugations, and how to match up the proper subject pronoun with the proper conjugation of an AR verb. This is the end of our course module, specifically lesson 3. If you have any questions or concerns or you need me to clarify anything, please email me or contact me as soon as possible so that I can be of any service to you. Adios.